Hi, once again, to all you wonderful people on social media. This is your realtor and investor, Lester Weatherspoon, coming to you once more with the Lester Real Estate and Investment Program. I'm glad to have you on my program, the live program today. If you're on a replay, still glad to have you because we know that we live in a time where everybody doing the old thing, and we can take off time to watch the program. We are really highly appreciative. So thank you for being a part of the program. And if you know anyone who's thinking about buying or selling, we appreciate you share this link with them, because this is an educational program to just educate you about the real estate market, what to do, what not to do, and how to go about the whole process of purchasing a home or selling a home. So that's what this program is all about. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the current condition of the market, because lately people have been asking me, Lester, what market is this? Are we in the seller's market now? Are we in the buyer's market now? And I can remember a couple of clips ago, a couple of months ago, we talked about what a buyer's market is and what a seller's market is. So we'll talk about that, but because of the condition we have right now, and everybody kind of confused and what have you, so I decided to just throw a little light on what is currently going on in the market, the real estate market today. Now, just to give a brief summary, when there's a buyer's market, that means you have a lot of people, the demand is high, you have a lot of people looking to buy, but the supply is low. So when the demand is high, you have a lot of buyers in the market, and there's a shortage of supply. I mean, supply is low. I mean, not many houses available to sell. Then it becomes a seller's market. Then it's a seller's market, because there's a shortage of supply and there's a high demand. Then it becomes a seller's market. Yeah, because a lot of people chasing just few properties. A lot of people chasing few properties. It becomes a seller's market. And a buyer's market is the opposite, where you have a lot of supply. I mean, you have a lot of houses in the market and just a few people willing to buy. Then it becomes a buyer's market. So today I will just give you a few points as to what to look at and what to be looking for when you want to know whether it's a buyer's market or whether you want to know it's a seller's market. So you can just determine it for yourself too. I mean, there are just key points. I just give about five points today, where you just look at it quick. You can just determine, say, okay, yes, I think from what I've seen, this should be a buyer's market, or from what I've seen, this should be a seller's market. Now, the first point I'd like to share with you, if you want to determine what is a buyer's market or what is a seller's market, what I just gave in an example, is the real estate inventory. Now, the first thing to look for, check out the inventory that currently in that local market. You know whether right away from the inventory, you know whether it's a buyer's market or whether it's a second market. What do I mean by that? If you have, as I said in the definition of what giving what it is, if there's a lot of property, a lot of inventory, there'll be a lot of houses on the market. Supply is high and the demand is low. Where you have a lot of people, property on the market, and you got people looking for it, then definitely you are in a buyer's market. Because you have a lot of supply and you have few buyers. Supply is high, demand is low. It is a buyer's market. Where supply is high, and when the demand is high, you have a lot of people looking. I mean, you have a lot of people here, and let me get it straight now. Where there is a high supply, I mean, you have a lot of property in the market, and you have few people looking, then it's a buyer's market. Where there's a shortage of supply, and there are a lot of people looking for a place, there's a seller's market, because there are few property in the market, and you got a lot of people looking to buy the property. Then it becomes a seller's market. Now, I hope you get it good. Gotta check the inventory up. If the inventory is low and the demand is high, it's a seller's market. If the inventory is high and the demand is low, it's a buyer's market. So I hope I've made myself clear. If you have any questions, please put in the box below, and we'll definitely address it. But these are the first thing to check out. What is supply like on the market? What's the inventory like? Do we have a lot of inventory? And many people going after it. So you gotta check and see. You know, once you check and see that, then you know definitely what market is. And you see, so remember always, when you have a lot of supply in the market and the demand is low, then it's a buyer's market. When you have a low supply and the demand is high, it's a seller's market. So that's why the past few months, a year, we've been in a seller's market because there was shortage of supply. And we have a lot of people buying, wanting to buy. So that made it a seller's market because inventory was low over the past 2 years. The inventory was low. So it becomes a seller's market. So you need to check that out first. The next thing I want you to look at, you look at the recent sales. You check out the recent sales in your area. You know, what the sales look like? When people go to buy a home, are they carrying the prices above the asking price? Or are they buying the home below the asking price? That indication will let you know whether it's a seller's market also or whether it's a buyer's market. Because normally in a seller's market, the houses are sold above asking price. Because in seller market, seller do negotiate price. Seller want the highest and best price that they can get. Because there are few properties on the market and a lot of people chasing it, and most of the people who chasing it going above asking price. So am I making myself clear? I hope I'm making myself clear. So when it's a seller's market, you check out the recent sales. It's another indication to know whether it's a buyer or seller market. The recent sales. If the houses in that area is being sold, the houses are being sold above the asking price, the sales price, it's a seller's market. If the houses are being sold below, that means sellers are willing to negotiate the price, reduce the price to sell the home, it's a buyer's market. So that's an indication also, whether it's a buyer's market or whether it's a seller's market. I hope I made myself clear on that. The third thing is the price. The third thing to look at is the price. You don't know how the pricing looking. Is the price dropping? Is the price going up? Is the price coming down? So this is another indication to let you know whether it's a buyer's market or whether it's a seller's market. So the pricing of the house, you can just know whether it's a buyer's market and seller's market also. Because it will tell you, definitely, if the price, if you put price in the house and going high, it's a seller's market. If the price of the house is going, trying to bring it down low, prices are low, it is a buyer's market. So the pricing too can let you know whether because some sellers really want to sell the house fast, you know, in the buyer's market, they really want to sell, so they'll be willing to drop the price. They'll be willing to negotiate, they'll be willing to price the house lower than what the value is because they want for the house to go fast. So they try to price the house a little lower than what it actually is, and then just to make sure it goes fast. Sellers do that. So then you know right away it's in a buyer's market. But when you see sellers saying this is it, you either accept it or leave it, then you know sellers are in control. It's a seller's market. You know? Then they play the hard ball. Sellers want to play hard ball. So the fourth thing I want to share with you after pricing is the time on the market. The time on the market. The other thing I look at the time on the market. How long does property stay on the market or during a seller's market, or how long it stays on the market during a buyer's market? In a seller's market, property don't stay. In fact, before it's come on the market, sometimes it's already gone. 2-3 days, it's gone. So that in seller market, most times a property don't buy about a week. Those property who are ready out there to well prepared to sell. It doesn't stay long. It does not stay long in the seller's market. So we see property going fast on the seller. Yes, in seller market, most times realtors don't do open houses because they don't have time. The houses stay long to do open house. Yeah. Normally, you see realtors doing open houses in buyer's market because the property stay longer on the market during a buyer's market. So we see a property staying long on the market, and you know this is a buyer's market. You see? So there's another indication how long the property stay in the market. That will tell you, say, yes, this is a seller market, or no, this is not a seller market, this is a buyer's market. So that's another indication to let you know whether it's a seller's market or whether it is a buyer's market. Yeah. So the fifth one I'd like to leave for you is the market trend. The market trend. How's the market trending? Is the market trend going up or is the market trend going down? Look at the trend of how things going. That's a key indication also. If the market is going up, that means you got a few property in the market people buying it fast and not staying long. Definitely, it means that we're in a seller's market. Where things going down, that means it's in the buyer market. So that's another thing. How the trend looking? Then you know whether it's a buyer's market or whether it's a seller's market. But these are key indicators to what you can analyze the market yourself. But in all this, still it's always good to get a realtor that is very versed with the area that you're looking in. A seasoned realtor who knows the market and who knows the in and out to be able to guide you through the process. And they can and always ask them, what market are we in? Are we in the seller's market? If you didn't have time to do your own homework, find out from them. Find out from your realtor. What market are we in? Because when you know what market you're in and you know how the market operates, then you know how to get in that market, how to negotiate. Because you can't know, if you're fully aware that this is a buyer's market, you're not going to increase the price. You negotiate to bring the price down. You see? You understand it? So when the buyer's market, you try to, because you're in control now. You tell the seller, say, look, I can only afford, into your house 300,000, I only can afford 275. You negotiating now. Because he wants the house to sell, then he wouldn't negotiate with you. And you see, seller be willing to negotiate with you. Sometimes even willing to give you closing costs. Oh, have your closing costs. Yeah. So and you said they wouldn't work around all the contingencies. Yes, So when it's a buyer's market, buyers have the advantage because they can negotiate everything that they want. When in a seller's market, sellers in control. They dictate whether they will take or not. They're looking for the highest and the best. They're not going to negotiate that price or just forget it. If you're not in the position to buy in a seller's market, don't push it because you will not get anything. In a seller's market, you can be prepared to go above the asking price. You got to be prepared to waive most of the contingencies. What are the key contingencies? You got to do the appraisal contingency. That means you appraise the house. If the house come below the market value, normally the seller, you get back on the drawing board, where the seller either increase the house to what the market value is, or you can walk away from the property. See? But in a seller's market, sellers don't consider all that. You're looking for, because most buyers are waiving those things. They will say, look, we accept it, whatever the price is, we accept it. Whether a market value or below market value, it happens so many times. Where buyer waive it, and seller, that's what seller looking for. Yeah, they're waiving the home inspection contingency, where there is no home inspection. Home inspection only for informational purposes. That means the buyer want to know if the house is correct. If anything is wrong with the house, they will fix it themselves. That's what buyer want to know. So home inspection is only for informational purposes during a seller's market. But during buyer market, buyer will do that home inspection. If anything wrong, that seller got to fix it, or they can walk away from that contract. They say, I don't want it. You gotta fix it, or I'm gone. You see? So you got to know which market you're in to know how to play your game, how to negotiate, what position to take. So these are key things you need to know. What market we are in is key. It's good to know that. So learn what market you're in. If you don't know, ask your realtor. And also, if you don't have a realtor, feel free to call me. Ask me any question. I will be glad. I will be glad to sit with you, to talk with you, or get on the phone with you, and go into further detail to explain and make everything clear. If you don't have any realtor, call me anytime. My number is 302-310-0621. Again, my cell phone number is 302-310-0621. And my business direct phone number is 667-290-5600. 5051. Again, my business direct phone number is 667-290-5051. So feel free, you can call me on any one of these numbers. You will definitely get me. If you don't get me, leave me a message and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Or you can text me on my cell phone. You text me, I will respond to you, or leave a message below and I will definitely respond to you at my earliest convenience. So feel free anytime and just get back to me, let me know, and I'll be glad to work with you. Anybody you may know who thinking about buying or selling, let me know. I'll be glad to find time to sit and talk with that person and to work with that person. Now, lastly, what I would like to leave for you all, people, as I said, people were asking me, what marketing, what do they do? Buyers were asking me, that the interest rate going high. So what should we do? Should we buy? Well, it's true that interest rate going high, buying power going low, because the interest rate going high, your buying power going low, but still buyers, they are at an advantage because you can still move forward with the process. You can, because right now sellers are willing to negotiate. The market has slowed down. Houses not going fast again. Houses still longer than market. Even though it's still a seller market, not completely a buyer market yet, it's still a seller market, but sellers are willing to negotiate because houses are staying longer than market. Competition have dropped dramatically. They have dropped. So sellers are now willing to negotiate. They're willing to even help with closing costs all nowadays. The market is changing gradually. So if you want to buy, you can still get in the market to buy. I'm still willing to work with you. If you don't have a realtor, I'm willing to work with you to make sure that you can still get a place. So this is still a good time for buyers. You can still get there. You can still get where you're going because you have less competition going on now. The competition is far less. Even though the rate is going up, but you can still get what you want. You can still negotiate with the seller to bring the price down. And after a while, when the rate drop, when you live in it after 6 months to a year, you can go to your lender, you can refinance that property, bring your interest rate down, and then you can still have a good payment. So buyers, you can still move forward if you want to buy. It's still a good time, you can still buy. And I encourage you, if you want to do it, this is a good time too. Take advantage of it while sellers are willing to negotiate right now. So this is my only piece of advice for you today. We hope that you learned something from this session. We hope that you're able to at least benefit from something I said today. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to let me know. Please let me know, and I'll be so glad to reach back out to you and to let you know, answer your questions that you may have. Again, I have started my YouTube channel. It's Lester Weatherspoon Realtor. You go on YouTube, you go to the search bar, put in Lester Weatherspoon Realtor. You will see all of my clips. There you can watch as many clips you want to watch. And then I encourage you to please subscribe to my channel. I will appreciate it very highly. Please subscribe to my channel. Go to YouTube. In the search bar, put Lester Weatherspoon Realtor. My channel will come up. You can just click on any channel, any one of the clips you want to watch. But I encourage you to please subscribe and hit the notification button. You get all the updates. Because every week we subscribe and we come up with new updates on my channel. Every week we have new updates. So please subscribe, click the notification button, and you will get all the notification as soon as we put anything new on the channel. You have already it will notify you. Oh, let's have something new. You can just watch it. So subscribe, click the notification button, and watch as many clips you want, and like as many as you like. I will appreciate it very highly. So thanks for taking time again. I'm always glad to have you. I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday and every week. So enjoy the rest of the day and have an awesome week. And take care. And I will definitely keep you posted and updated every week. I'll have new developments for you. But for now, I check you out and you take good care of yourself.